kneeling at the center of your mat. Steady the weight of your hips down and back towards your heels. And then gently bow your torso forward and bring your forehead down to meet the floor. From there, you have several options that you're welcome to explore. You might try your arms out long in front of you with your palms face down, a gentle bend in your elbows, softening the shoulders. Or you might swing your arms back by your sides, palms face up, to provide even a little bit more release of the fronts of your shoulders towards the mat. You might spread your knees wide apart, creating a little bit of space for your belly to hang soft and heavy in between your thighs. Or you might draw your inner legs as close together as you can and let your torso gently rest on that shelf that you've created. Once you find the space that feels as comfortable as it can feel for your own body right here, right now, gently close your eyes. Give yourself permission to surrender into the support of the floor. And as you do a little less with your body, turn your focus and your awareness into the movement of your breath. Draw every inhale in through your nose along the back of your throat. Let it swirl wide in the soft tissue of your lungs. Every exhale, watch it follow the reverse path as you sink just a little deeper into the floor. Over the course of this next hour, do your best. Let your practice unfold breath by breath and moment by moment. Try not to decide how anything's going to go until you give it a shot, give it a try. And remember that you're in the driver's seat. So if at any moment you need something a little different than what I'm offering, feel free to make those choices for yourself. Support yourself in the way you know best. At any time, you can come back to this child's pose or a resting posture of your own design so that you might retether yourself to the smoothness of your breath. Soft inhales and long exhales. And throughout the practice, wherever it feels good, I'll invite you to give your breath a little bit of sound, a little bit of vibration. And that might come out like a soft ha or a gentle or a flutter of your lips. If you're unfamiliar with those types of vibrational breaths, it might feel weird the first couple of times you do it, but you might notice as you continue to do it, it might just become like an everyday habit, walking down the street, or if you find yourself in a challenging moment, helps to calm the nervous system. So let's go ahead and find one right here, right now, all together. Gently exhale out all of your air with an SH. Take a smooth breath in, let it balloon your lungs and stretch your skin. Let it go HA. Might feel nice to begin to softly rock your forehead right to left. Massage along the space of your eyebrows from one temple along to the other. You could allow that gentle sway to snake its way down your torso into your hips and let them rock a little bit back and forth, back and forth. If they're not there already, softly crawl your fingers forwards towards the front edge of your mat. Begin to awaken your hands. Wiggle through your fingertips, each and every knuckle. Fan your fingers wide and feel the skin stretch along your palms. Walk your hands so far forwards that your elbows and your forearms gently lift from the mat. A couple of moments to use the reach of your arms to lengthen open the space along the sides of your body, your waist, your rib cage, all the way into your armpits. Take a smooth breath into that space. And then on your exhale, gently pull yourself forward. Come onto all fours, create a tabletop position. Good. Here, plant your palms right underneath your shoulders, stack your arm bones, and separate your knees about the width of your hips. On an inhale, drop your belly towards the floor, lift your chin and your butt towards the ceiling, broadening your chest. On your exhale, scoop your low belly up and in, push into your palms as you lift the middle of your back skyward. Good. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, open the throat. This is your cow pose. Exhale, scoop the belly in, lift the middle back skyward. This is your cat pose. Now keep going to the rhythm of your own breath. Every inhale into cow and every exhale into cat. It's a relatively simple movement, so I'll invite you to embrace the simplicity as an opportunity to close your eyes. As you draw your focus inward, feel what it feels like to move your own body through space. And if your body's asking for something a little bit more circular or spiraling, you're welcome to indulge. You could roll the neck, jump up the ribs, sway the hips, bend the elbows. Let it be a soft navigation into all of your corners, all of your crevices, just beginning to yawn your body away. Good. And as you keep that exploration going, take a moment to fan your fingers wide. Inhale, curl your toes under, and exhale, send your hips skyward. Come into an upside down V shape. Now, as you arrive there, keep it free form and explorative. It might feel nice to bend one knee, bend the other, stretching out the backs of your legs. You might bend both knees deeply to open up your lower back. You might feel nice to nod your head yes or shake it side to side and allow the weight of your skull, about 8 to 10 pounds, to really lengthen out the sides of your neck. Take a moment to reaffirm the push of your hands into the floor, especially the bottom set of knuckles, right where your fingers meet your palm. On your next inhale, lift your right leg long behind you, and exhale, peel open the right hip. Move it around, feel it out. So again, free form, intuitive. I'll invite you to close your eyes and just let your right leg guide you into spaces that feel good to you. A juicy opening of space through the hip, the knee, the ankle, maybe wiggling through each and every one of your toes. Good. Then find an inhale to reach the right leg long, 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 and softly place your foot right back down to the floor. On your next inhale, lift your left leg long behind you. Exhale, peel open the left hip and move it around, feel it out. So it's a whole new side of your body, a whole new opportunity to try things on. Right from the start, allow your practice to be playful. Give yourself the chance to just try things on and see how they feel here and now. Nice wheel made. Take an inhale to reach the left leg long, 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 and softly place your foot back down to the floor. So now that we've taken the time to lubricate our joint spaces, we'll infuse a little bit more structure into this downward facing dog. To start, inhale, roll your heart forward and come into an upper push-up plank. So here we'll set up the anatomical width of our downward facing dog. Plant your palms right underneath your shoulders. Scoop your low belly in. Try to keep your hips right in line with your shoulders. Kick back through your heels, firm up on the fronts of your thighs. Good, Caitlin. Really energizing the legs so that they can help share the weight of your hips. Firm belly, breathe smooth and steady through the nose. Take one more smooth inhale. Now keep your hands and your feet right where they are, and exhale, send your hips high. Downward facing dog. Good. Now, as you find your downward facing dog, shove the floor away once more with that bottom set of knuckles. You can keep a soft bend behind your knees so that you can lift the bottom of your butt higher towards the ceiling, yeah, Ching, and lengthen out your low back. As you draw your chest back towards your thighs, wrap your armpits a little bit more in towards one another to broaden out the backs of your shoulders. Looks so nice, Robert. Let's find a breath here. Exhale out all of your air. Empty, empty. Squeeze your belly firm. Take a smooth, fresh breath in. Fill it up. Hey, Che. Inhale, glance forward, bend your knees. Exhale, gently walk to the front edge of your mat and come to hang heavy in a forward fold. For this version of your forward fold, separate your feet a comfortable width apart. For most of us, that's about hips width distance, about 6 to 8 inches in between the inner arches. Turn your second toe a little bit more forward so that your feet look more like the number 11 than the letter D. From there, again, it can be a little bit more free form. You might sway a little side to side. You might grasp for opposite elbows or interlace the hands behind the nape of the neck. Allow your torso to spill from the bowl of your pelvis over your thighs. Good. And then rooting firmly into your 2 feet. On your next inhale, take a half lift. Scoop your low belly in and reach the center of your chest forward. You're imagining making like a tabletop with your back. Looks good. Your hands can rise to your shins or your thighs for a little bit more support. So maybe lift your hands just a little higher or lower. Yeah, exactly in Brandy's video, so that you can reach your chest more forward and pull your shoulder blades back. Take one more smooth inhale, and then exhale, let it drop. Hang heavy forward fold. Nice. We'll take that same action to the rhythm of one breath. So on an inhale, half lift, firm belly, long spine. The moment your exhale comes, drop it, forward fold, hang heavy. Good. On your next inhale, swing yourself forward and up. Come to stand tall in your mountain pose, Tadasana. Give yourself a couple of moments to settle into your 2 feet. Feel what it feels like to stand tall. If it feels safe and comfortable to you, close your eyes. Draw your focus inward. Let your awareness spiral all the way down to the soles of your feet. Push firmly into big toe mound, pinky toe mound, and heel. And as you gently kick down into the floor, watch the floor's support rise up into your strong, steady legs. Watch it rise higher into the length of your torso as you scoop your belly in and lift your heart tall. Higher up through your armpits, through your arms, all the way through the tips of your fingers. And then at the same time, allow that energy to wash back down through the fingertips, softening the shoulders across the back, dropping top of butt towards bottom of butt, rooting all the way down into the center of your heels. If your eyes are closed, you might gently flutter them open. On your next inhale, reach up, look up, lift the center of your chest skyward, a gentle back bend. On your exhale, dive forward, hang heavy, and find your forward fold. Good. Again, marrying that movement to the rhythm of one breath. On an inhale, swing yourself forward and up. Go so far up that you go gently back. And the moment your exhale comes, dive forward, hang heavy. And then keep going just like that. One breath per one movement. Every inhale, rise up into your mountain pose. Every exhale, dive forward into your forward fold. We won't put a number on it, so you don't have to count or keep track of how many you've done. See if you can use this time to get lost in your body, lost in your breath. How big can you make every inhale as you balloon your lungs and lift the center of your chest skyward? How slow and emptying can you create every exhale as you pull your belly in and support the broadening of your backside body? The next time you find your way to a forward fold, take it one last time. Your breath, your movement. Kick down through your heels, reach even longer through the tips of your fingers. And the moment you find your way back into forward fold, let the weight of your head drop heavy. Do less, do less, do less. Good. Inhale, take a half lift, belly firm, heart forward. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat, step your feet back, and come back into your upper push-up plank. So you've been there once before already in this class. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, fan your fingers wide, shove the floor away to activate your upper arms, nice Kate, and lift your middle back in line with your shoulder blades. Scoop your belly in, and again, feel for the length as you kick back through your heels and reach forward through the roof of your mouth. Fuel the activity of your body with deep, steady, calm breaths in through your nose, out through your nose. Here we'll set up our first flow of class. Let's start it with a breath. Exhale out all of your air, empty, empty, empty. Inhale, lean your weight a little bit more forward. Exhale, lower halfway down, elbows in by your sides. Good. Inhale, scoop your chest forward and up, kick into tops of feet, roll the shoulders back, upward facing dog. Exhale, curl the toes under, send the hips high. Downward facing dog. Nice work. Back in downward facing dog, a breath. Exhale out all of your air. Empty, empty, empty. Inhale, feel your lungs inflate, your rib cage expand. HA. Inhale, lift your right leg long behind you. Exhale, slowly draw your knee to your nose. Roll your shoulders over your wrists. Find that cat-like spine, round it out. Inhale, reach your leg long again. Kick it back behind you. Exhale, draw knee to nose again. Push into the palms, activate the arms. One more time. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, knee to nose, and as you do, softly step your foot in between your hands at the front edge of your mat. Nice. Dial the back heel down to the floor. Inhale, rise up and settle into a warrior one. Here, reach your arms straight up towards the ceiling. Give yourself a couple of moments again to settle in. This is less about fixing and correcting to make it better or more correct. It's more about infusing this moment with as much specificity as you're able. Jean, see if you can rotate your back heel down to the mat so that you have both your feet firmly on the floor. So turn your toes a little bit more out towards the side of your mat. Exactly. And then sit a little lower into your front thigh. Good. Keep your back leg as straight as possible. Awesome. As you roll your left hip forward, pull your right hip back, scoop your belly in and lift your heart tall. Now give yourself space and permission to leave it alone. Nothing to fix. Nothing to manipulate. Close your eyes if you're able. Sit with where you're at, where you are. Fill this space with your awareness, your care, with all of your breath. Sit just a little lower if possible. Take an inhale, reach just a little higher, and then on your exhale, peel open into your warrior two. Reach your right arm forward and peel your left arm back. Here, opening the hips towards the side edge of your mat, you might find a little bit more space there. So you might lengthen out your stance, toe heeling your front foot a little bit more forward. Yeah, sitting low into your front thigh. Try to keep your front knee stacked right over your front ankle. Good. Kick into your heels, scoop your belly in, and again, drop the top of your butt towards the bottom of your butt so that you might allow for a sense of lift through your lower back. Heart lifted, expand wide from middle finger to middle finger, especially when you rub up against resistance and your mind starts to tell you to drop your arms. See if you can keep them lifted and re-energize them. Pull them away from one another to open up the dome of your armpits and create even more space in which to breathe. Final few moments, if you're able, turn your chin forward over your right shoulder, lengthening out the left side of your neck. So nice, Julie. Take one more deep breath in. On your exhale, windmill your hands down to the floor. Step your right foot back and move yourself through a flow. So it's upper to lower, push-up plank. Inhale to burst forward into upward facing dog, and exhale takes you back into downward facing dog. Good. Back in downward facing dog, inhale, lift your left leg long behind you. Exhale, slowly pull your knee to your nose. Move with control, use the strength of your belly. Inhale, reach your leg long. Exhale, knee to nose again. Tuck your chin into the pit of your throat. Look towards your knee. Good. Inhale, reach it long. One more time. Exhale, knee to nose. And then this time, look forward. Step your foot in between your two hands. Awesome. Rotate your back heel down. And inhale, rise up into warrior one. Cool. A couple of moments to set it up. Whole new side of the body. Whole new opportunity to feel it anew. Sit low into your front thigh, root into your two heels. Roll the right hip forward, pull the left hip back, scoop the belly in and lift the heart tall. And then as you choose to leave it alone, the chance to notice that it can be still, but never stagnant. There's always a sense of lightness and movement within. Every inhale, lifting your heart a little taller. Every exhale, rooting yourself a little bit more deeply into the floor. Good. Take one more deep inhale to feel tall. And then exhale, peel open wide. Warrior two. Left arm forward and right arm back. Good. As you peel your hips and your chest open towards the side wall, give yourself permission to take up space. Do so in a way that feels good in your own body, right? So if you go to a space that's unsustainable, you might back out just a little bit. And your breath will always be your guide. So when you begin to feel your breath held or choppy, that's when perhaps you've gone a little bit too far. But when it starts to get a little held, a little choppy, rather than immediately backing out, see if you can stay right where you are and focus on lengthening it out, making it smoother, making it slower. Sit just a little lower. Take one more deep inhale, fill it up. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Step your left foot back, move yourself through a flow. It's those 4 movements to reconnect you to 2 breaths. And then keep going, 1 breath per 1 movement. Take warrior 1 and warrior 2, once on the right side and once on the left side. If you want to keep a couple rounds of knee to nose to further activate your core, you're welcome to do so. If it feels more fluid and free to move straight into the warrior postures, make that choice for yourself. Here again, your opportunity to create the practice that you want to be having. So move as swift or as slow as your breath dictates, and really give yourself permission to move in a way that feels uniquely your own, uniquely in your space, with cats, with babies, with whatever is showing up in your own practice. How can you greet it with a soft, kind breath and stay here with yourself, right here, right now? Keep taking your time. Nice, Ilaria. And when you find your way back to downward facing dog after the left side through, know that there's no rush to get there, right? This isn't my subtle way of rushing you. It's just the trajectory of where we'll meet together. After your left side through from downward facing dog, you'll inhale, glance forward, bend your knees, and hop or walk to the front edge of your mat. We'll meet together in a forward fold. And when you find that forward fold, it's a moment to slow things down for yourself. Hang soft, hang heavy over your 2 legs. Drop the weight of your head. Give yourself time to slow down your breath. Good. From that forward fold, check back in with your feet and again separate them hips width apart, 6 to 8 inches. Inhale, take a half lift, pull your belly in, reach your heart forward. And exhale, let it go, forward fold. On your next inhale, sit your seat low, reach your arms tall, and settle in for a chair pose. So here, rock the weight back into the center of your heels right from the start. Shift your shins back in space. Feel for a sense of openness across the fronts of your ankles. Good. Let your toes remain soft and easy on the floor. Scoop your low belly up and in and counterbalance the weight of your hips, dropping down and back by pulling your arms forward and up. Feel for the spaciousness through the sides of your waist, the sides of your ribs, your armpits, all the way through the tips of your fingers. Now continue to stay. Notice where you can create a little bit more softness in your body. Soften your jaw, maybe a flutter of the lips. Soften your eyebrows. If you can, close your eyes. Stay with it as the heat maybe begins to build, right? How can you use your breath to soften that effort? Every inhale to reach a little taller. Every exhale to sit just a little lower. Stay with it. Find your edge. Sit just a little lower. Stay where you are. Exhale out all of your air. Empty, empty, empty your lungs. Inhale, stand up, reach up, look up, go up, gentle back bend. Exhale, dive forward, hang heavy, and find your forward fold. Inhale, take a half lift, pull your belly and reach your heart forward. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat, step your feet back, and pause in your upper push-up plank. So just like that, chair pose is over, right? It's not coming back again in this class. So notice if you were holding back for like subsequent chair poses, they're not happening. That was the one to give it all you got. So right here, right now, right? Take that lesson. Give this upper push-up plank all you got, because you don't know how many more you have left in this class, though I'd offer probably more than just this one. All right, stay where you are. Keep your belly firm. Inhale, lift your right foot just 2 inches from the floor. And exhale, step it right back down. Inhale, lift your left foot 2 inches from the floor. And exhale, step it right back down. Inhale, lift your right foot 2 inches from the floor. Exhale, pull your right knee forward to your right elbow. Yeah, you got it. Inhale, reach it back. And exhale, step it down. Inhale, lift your left foot 2 inches from the floor. Exhale, pull it forward to your left elbow. Inhale, reach it back. And exhale, step it down. Inhale, push the mat away, and exhale, travel through your flow. Lower halfway down. Inhale, burst forward, upward facing dog. Back in downward facing dog. Clear out all that stale effort with a breath. Exhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, something fresh, something new. H-A. Inhale, lift your right leg long behind you. Soft as you can, step your foot in between your hands. Rotate your back heel down. Inhale, rise up. It's warrior one. Exhale, peel open, warrior two. Give yourself a moment to settle in like you already know how. Right arm forward, left arm back, sit low, and reach wide. Now do your best to freeze your lower body right where it is. Flip your right palm towards the ceiling, reach it forward, reach it up, 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 and gently back, reverse warrior. Kick down through your heels without moving your feet. Think of pulling them in towards one another. Light up the very base of your pelvis, your pelvic floor. Lift your right ribs high towards the ceiling and reach long through your right arm. Take one more deep inhale across your right side body. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Keep exhaling as you step your right foot back, lower halfway down. Inhale, burst forward, upward facing dog. Exhale takes you back, downward facing dog. Keep it moving right into the left side. Inhale, lift the left leg long. Exhale, softly step it through. Rotate the back heel down, rise up for warrior one. Exhale, peel open for warrior two. Give yourself a moment, settle in, sit low, reach wide, find your breath. Stay low, flip your left palm skyward, reach it forward, reach it up, 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 and gently back. Reverse your warrior. Good. So continue to scoop your low belly up and in, dropping top of butt towards bottom of butt. Direct the stretch more into your side body as you lift your left rib skyward, pull your left arm long, and if you can, turn your chin up towards your left shoulder. Nice, Julie. Take one more smooth inhale, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, part with the hands down, step the left foot back. Move through your flow. Again, use your flow to reconnect with your breath. And then for the last time in this class, one breath, one movement. Explore warrior one, warrior two, and reverse warrior. Try it once on the right side. Try it once on the left side. Again, moving in a way that feels uniquely satisfying in your own body. I'll invite you right here, right now, to gently close your eyes and try to move in a way that feels beautiful to you. My favorite definition of beauty is that in the presence of which we feel more alive. So it really has nothing to do with what it looks like. That's more glamour than beauty. It has everything to do with what it feels like. How can you move in a way that you actually feel your skin carving through the air around you? Where you actually feel the hug and softening of your muscles against your bones, moving your body through space, and where you actually feel the fullness of your breath in tandem with the beating of your heart, delivering fresh oxygen to all the spaces in your body that need it most. Good. Again, continue to take your time, move in your own way. And once more, we'll meet back together in our forward fold. So when you find your way back to downward facing dog, inhale, glance forward, bend the knees, either walk or hop to the front edge of your mat. Nice hop. When you get there, inhale, take a half lift, firm belly, long spine. And exhale, let it drop, hang soft, hang heavy. Now this time in your forward fold, toe heel your feet all the way together. Create one strong inner leg of support beneath you. So toes and heels, inner thighs squeeze together as one. Just give yourself a moment to feel what it feels like to balance on this more narrow base. Good. Now on your next inhale, sit your seat low, reach your arms tall, press your palms together for a thunderbolt position. Squeeze your inner thighs, right leg into left leg and left leg into right leg. dare to sit a little lower as you scoop your belly in and lift your heart tall. Good. Wrap your armpits in towards one another and try to seal off that space in between your pinky fingers. Yeah, that was it. Press palm into palm so much that the muscles of your chest light up. One more deep inhale, fill it up. And then exhale, dive forward. Hang heavy, forward fold. Give yourself a moment. Teach yourself to rest just as fully as you teach yourself to work. Give yourself this moment to do less. Now on your next inhale, sit your seat low, reach your arms tall, press your palms together, get right back into your thunderbolt. Now sit a little lower than you already are. Good. And drag your hands down to the center of your chest, one long line from elbow tip to elbow tip. Inhale, puff your heart. Exhale, twist to your right. Hook your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Good, Jaime. See if you can pull your left hip just a little bit back in space to bring your two knees in one line. That's the difference. As you continue to root into your heels, scoop your belly in and reach the center of your chest forward. You might go for a flyaway, reaching your arms away from one another, broadening your chest. You might try for a bind, releasing the right arm behind the back and searching out the inner left thigh. Roll the right shoulder back, take one more smooth inhale. On your exhale, draw it back to center. Stay low, strong moment. Inhale, puff the chest. And exhale, right away, twist to the left. Right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Arm into leg, palm into palm. Good. For most of us, see if you can swing your hips a little bit to the left. Try to get them right in line with your knees. Good. Pull your belly in, reach your right armpit a little bit more forward. Go for that flyaway or that bind if it's calling out your name. Nice, Chantal. One more smooth inhale to roll open. Exhale, draw it back to center, stay low. Inhale, stand up, reach up, look up, go up, maybe a little bit back. On your exhale, dive forward, hang heavy, forward fold. Inhale, take a half lift, belly and heart forward. Exhale, plant your palm, step or hop back and move through a flow. All right, and then already we've made it to that final push of effort before we begin to slow things down. So this is the time to give it all you've got. Inhale, lift the right leg long behind you. As soft as you can, step your foot in between your hands at the frontage of your mat. This time, keep your back heel lifted towards the ceiling, all 10 toes pointed forward. Inhale, rise up and find your high crescent lunge. Cool. So now we're moving into a bit of balance work. So if you wobble, if you fall, no worries, right? Again, come back to that sense of playfulness. You're always learning, you're always growing. As you sit low into your front thigh, kick into your right foot and the big toe mound of your left foot. See if you can lift your left heel even a little higher. Nice, Lauren. Now bring your palms to press overhead and drag them down to the center of your chest. Inhale, puff your heart tall. And then exhale, twist to the right. Hook your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Arm into leg. Shove your top palm into your bottom palm. Try to lift the center of your chest a little taller towards your hands. Maybe you go for a flyaway, arms away from one another. Maybe you move towards a bind. If at any moment you need a little bit more support, you could always release your left knee down onto the mat. Take one more smooth inhale to roll open. Now on your exhale, roll yourself back to center. Try not to touch the floor. Reach your arms up overhead, biceps frame your ears. And as soft as you can, peel open, warrior two. Right arm forward, left arm back. Back heel down to meet the mat. There you go. Stay low as you can, reach wide. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, tilt. Bring your right hand down to the inside of your right foot. Reach your left arm straight up towards the ceiling, side angle. Now, if the floor is far away from you, you can tent up onto your right fingertips. If that's still far away, you can bring your right forearm onto your right thigh. If you're using forearm on the thigh, push into the forearm to create a spaciousness through your right shoulder. That's it. Take a smooth inhale. On your exhale, reach your left arm forward over your left ear, extended side angle. Long through your left side body, all the way through your left fingertips. Kick into your right heel, scoop your belly in, and lift your right arm up to meet your left, biceps framing your ears, core strengthener. Good. Listen carefully, stay low, reach long. Take one more smooth inhale. On the exhale, open up, warrior two, right arm forward, left arm back, stay low in your lunge. Good. Flip your right palm towards the ceiling, reach it forward, reach it up and back, reverse warrior. Try to keep your hips level and low, really strengthening the muscles of your legs. Take one more smooth inhale here. On your exhale, right back to core strengthener. Reach both your arms forward, biceps framing your ears. You can do it. Exhale out all of your air, squeeze your belly firm. On your inhale, right back into reverse warrior. Open up, reach your right arm up and back. On your exhale, right back into core strengthener. One more time. On your inhale, lift up and back, reverse warrior. On your exhale, right back into core strengthener. Stay for 3, 2, 1. Roll your chest towards your right thigh and bring your 2 hands down to frame your front foot. Step your left foot in about a foot and turn your left toes a little bit more forward so that you can roll your left hip forward and draw your right hip back. Then kick into your right heel and squeeze your right leg as straight as you can for your pyramid fold. Yeah, you've got it. And don't be afraid to shorten the stance, right? That'll give you a little bit more slack in your hamstrings to find a little bit more space through the backs of your legs. Keep your belly firm, reach your heart forward like a half lift, and then see if you can draw your chest a little bit more forward and down. Think of getting your chest towards your chin. Good. From here, place your left hand to the inside of your right foot and reach your right arm up towards the ceiling for revolve triangle. Awesome. Scoop your left ribs underneath your right, spread your arms wide. Best you can, try to keep your 2 legs as straight as possible. One more smooth inhale. On your exhale, 2 hands to the floor. Tuck your chin into your chest and bring your forehead to your right knee. You can bend the knee as deeply as you need to make that connection possible, forehead to knee, and then begin to walk your hands towards one another. Play with the balance. If you're able, press palm into palm and keeping your chin into your chest, root into your 2 heels and begin to roll yourself up to standing. Inch by inch, bone by bone, lower back, middle back, upper back, chin lifts last. No worries, we're almost to the end of this sequence. Stay with it. Interlace your fingers, release just your index fingers. We'll move into Tuladhanasana. This is balancing stick pose. Begin to shift your weight forward all the way into your right foot. Lift your left foot from the mat and then hinge from your hips to create the capital letter T with your body. Chest forward and down, left leg back and up. And not so important if you get perfectly parallel to the mat, try to stay long. Reach long through the fingertips, kick back through the toes. Take one more smooth inhale. On the exhale, rebend your right knee, bring your left toes back to the back edge of your mat, right into your high lunge. Sit low, reach up, look up, maybe a little bit back, be bold. And then on your exhale, 2 hands to the mat, step your right foot back and move through your flow. Right? I said one last little push. I didn't say how long that push would be. Back in downward facing dog. Let's find a breath. Exhale out all of your air. Empty, empty, empty the lungs. Inhale, so sweet, so new. H-A. Right? And you don't want to leave this class all lopsided, so really give this second side just as much effort as you gave the first side. Inhale, lift your left leg long behind you, and soft as you can, step your foot in between your 2 hands. Keep your back heel lifted towards the ceiling, all 10 toes pointed forward. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Right? And these postures might be quite effortful, but I'll invite you to do your best to infuse them with a sense of ease. Let that come from your breath. Keep it slow, keep it smooth. Every inhale reaching just a little taller, every exhale sitting just a little lower. Good. Press your palms, drag them down to the center of your chest, one long line from elbow tip to elbow tip. Inhale, puff your heart, and exhale, twist to the left, right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. And remember that you're your own best teacher. So rather than waiting for me to tell you to fly away or to bind, go to the limits of your own body. Find that edge that feels a little wobbly, a little uncertain, and teach yourself to breathe there so that you might give yourself the opportunity to learn and grow. Good. Take one more smooth inhale to roll open. On the exhale, draw it back to center, stay low. Reach the arms up overhead, soft and steady. Peel open, warrior two. Left arm forward, right arm back, back heel down to meet the mat. Feel what it feels like to have both your feet on the floor once more. Take a big inhale across your chest. On your exhale, tilt left hand down to the inside of your left foot. Reach your right arm straight up towards the ceiling. Just like in your warrior two, spread your arms wide apart, create space across the center of your chest. Breathe into that space. One more deep inhale here. On your exhale, reach your right arm forward over your right ear, extended side angle. Kick into your left heel, scoop your belly in, and inhale, lift your left arm up to meet your right, biceps framing your ears for your core strengthener. Do your best to keep your chest facing the side wall. Exhale out all of your air. Take a smooth inhale. On your exhale, open up, warrior two. Flip your left palm skyward, reach it forward and up and back, reverse warrior. One big inhale here across your left side body. On your exhale, right back into your core strengthener. Beginning to move a little bit more swiftly. Exhale out all of the air. Inhale, come right back into your reverse warrior. Sweep your left arm across the ceiling. Exhale, right back into your core strengthener. Stay low, let the fire burn in your thigh. Inhale, rise back up into your reverse warrior. Exhale, right back into your core strengthener. Last one, inhale, come back into your reverse warrior. Exhale, back into your core strengthener and hold it there for 3. Reach long for 2, 1. Roll your chest towards your left thigh. Bring your 2 hands down to the floor. Good. Again, step your right foot way far forward, about a whole foot, and turn your right toes forward to the front right corner of your mat. So foot about 60 degrees forward if you're good with math like that. Roll your right hip forward, pull your left hip back, kick into your 2 heels, and really begin to firm up on the fronts of your thighs to support the stretch along the backs of your legs. Belly firm, heart forward, lengthening through the spine so that you lengthen that space where your hamstrings roll up into your glutes connect to the muscles of your lower back. From here, right hand to the inside of the left foot, reach the left arm skyward, revolve triangle. Good, scoop the right ribs underneath the left. Spread the arms wide apart and breathe across your chest. Slow things down, smooth inhale, soft exhale. One more smooth inhale here. On the exhale, 2 hands down to the mat. Tuck your chin into the pit of your throat and bring your forehead to your left knee. So remembering all the way back to the beginning of class, those cat postures, think that type of spine here. Belly in, lifting the middle back up and forward. Keep your belly firm, walk your hands towards one another. Maybe you get the palms to press. And then rooting into your 2 heels, begin to roll yourself up slow, inch by inch, bone by bone, chin lifts last. Softly when you reach the top, interlace your fingers, release just the index fingers, and launch yourself forward onto your left foot. Kick into your left foot as you drop your chest forward and down. Kick your right leg back and up. And if you wobble, if your hands touch the floor, right? No judgment, no worries. Pick it up, try again. It's not so much about how many times you fall, so much more about how many times you choose to try again, to come back to it for you, for yourself. One more smooth inhale. On the exhale, deeply bend your left knee, bring your right toes way back to the back edge of your mat, sit low. Inhale, reach up, look up, maybe a little bit back. Exhale, 2 hands to the floor, step the left foot back, and move yourself through your flow. All right, and just like that, we move to slow things down. We'll take it into half pigeon, starting on the right hand side. Inhale, lift your right leg long behind you. Bend at your right knee, and then softly swing your knee forward to the outside of your right wrist. Untuck your left toes and pull your left leg as long back behind you as you can. So taking some time to best you can level off your waistband towards the front edge of your mat. For most of us, that's going to be rolling the left hip a little forward and pulling the right hip a little back. And inhale, lift your heart tall and then soft. If it feels good, begin to walk your hands forward. You might continue to walk your hands forward until you bring your forearms to the mat. You might widen the forearms and bring your forehead all the way down to the floor. As soon as you're able, close your eyes. Drop into the floor, right? You just spent the better part of an hour sort of pushing the floor away, using your musculature to resist gravity. Hear the chants to surrender into gravity, to use your breath to soften your musculature. Every inhale, let it swirl within you. Every exhale, give yourself the chance to drop into the space that breath leaves behind. If the urge to fix or to fidget arises, see if rather than immediately giving way to that urge, you can sit with it for a couple of breaths. And if after those couple of breaths, right, the urge persists and you need to make a change, you make a change. But here the opportunity to notice the difference between being reactive and responsive, right? Being reactive, that space where you don't think, you just do. Being responsive, giving yourself the space to find a breath, to integrate awareness into the choices of your action. Wherever you are, softly exhale out all of your air, SH. Take a smooth breath in, let it light you up. Seal your lips and let it go HM. See if you can give a little bit of time for that vibration of your vocal cords to permeate through your rib cage, your hips, your legs. And then soft and slow, begin to crawl your way out of your half pigeon, almost like you didn't want to leave it. Slow and steady. Plant your palms underneath your shoulders. Curl your left toes under and squeeze your left leg straight. Bring your right leg back to meet it. And you could choose to move through a flow, or you could slide right back into downward facing dog. Take your time, maybe move it around if that feels nice to you. And then we'll meet in half pigeon on the left-hand side. To get there, inhale, float the left leg long behind you. Bend the left knee and softly thread it forward. Again, place the left knee all the way over to the left side edge of your mat. This way you give yourself more space to outwardly rotate your upper leg bone in the hip socket so that you can sink a little deeper into the bowl of your pelvis. Stretch your right leg long, 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 long behind you. Inhale, lift your heart tall. And exhale, softly begin to dive forward over your front leg. Again, as soon as you're able, close your eyes. Invite yourself to do less. Right? And we start from the gross, right? The physical, the outer layer of you. See if you can do less in your physical body. Soften the fidgets and the fixes. Allow the shoulders to relax and the hips to soften. And then begin your journey into the more subtle. See if you can soften your energy. Soften the rate of your thoughts. Soften your breath. Soften, soften, soften. Gently exhale out all of your air. Use an SH so that you can hear yourself get to the bottom of your lungs. At the very bottom, take a deep inhale, let it flood you full like a wave. HM. Again, gentle and slow with all of your care. Begin to peel your way out of half pigeon on this left-hand side. Plant your palms underneath your shoulders. Swing your left leg back. Final opportunity to move through a flow for this class, or maybe you slide right back into your last downward facing dog of the hour. And when you find that final downward facing dog, again, infuse it with all of your care, all of your curiosity. Maybe notice what feels a little bit looser, a little bit more open, maybe a little bit more tired than when you first began. Now from your downward facing dog, using the strength of your low belly, softly lower your two knees down onto the floor, and we'll set up for a camel pose. Walk your hands back towards your knees until you come to standing tall upon them. Right from the start, feel for the stability of your base. It's your shins and the tops of your feet kicking softly into the mat. From there, plant your palms right to your lower back, the heel of your wrist just beneath your lowest rib. Looks awesome. Draw your elbows towards one another and then slow. Look up, chin up. Breathe softly in and out through your nose. Now you're already in camel pose, so let your breath guide you deeper into it. When your breath starts to get held, stay where you are and focus on lengthening it out. If your breath is fluid, look for the back wall. If you see the back wall and breath is fluid, maybe reach for your heels, fingers on the inside and thumbs on the outside. Keep kicking into your shins, hips forward. Lift the center of your chest up like you could stamp your heart towards the ceiling. It's so beautiful. Breathe. Take one more smooth inhale, fill it up, and then slow. Hands to the lower back. Rise up tall. Feel the lift and length through every vertebra of your spine, and then gently heavy your hips down to meet your heels. If sitting hips on heels is uncomfortable, you can sit cross-legged instead. Do your best to find a moment in stillness, sitting upright, shoulders soft. If you're able, close your eyes. Gordon Hempton, who's an acoustic ecologist, meaning he records the sounds of places. He describes silence as the presence of everything where no one thing shouts importance. So see if right here and now you can infuse the feeling of silence into your being. Feel all that you feel without allowing any one thing to take over. Exhale out all of your air. Empty, empty, empty the lungs. Inhale, fill yourself full of light and gratitude. HA. Maybe you keep your eyes closed. We'll move into a seated forward fold. Bring your hands to either side of you. Swing your legs out long in front of you. Scoot your hips back a couple of times. Flex your toes back towards your face. Take an inhale to reach up, grow tall, tall, tall. And then exhale, dive forward. Maybe you grab your feet. Maybe you rest your hands on your shins or on the floor next to your leg. Find this stretch as active or as passive as you'd like. Just a chance to open the space of your backside body. And then soft and slow, tuck your chin into your chest and begin to roll yourself up, inch by inch, bone by bone. And as you find yourself seated tall, scoot your hips forward to the center of your mat and begin to roll yourself down to meet your mat, inch by inch, bone by bone. Take your time. Use the strength of your belly to facilitate that descent. When you reach the bottom, just a minute or so to give yourself anything you might still be craving. So you might pull your knees into your chest, you might give yourself a supine butterfly or a happy baby. You might be craving an inversion, so you might take a shoulder stand, or you might give yourself a gentle twist. And if you don't really know what you want or none of those things made sense for you, you can always right here, right now, begin to settle into your savasana. It's where we'll all meet after this next minute. While you're sealing up your practice, just a couple of announcements. First and foremost, thank you so much for your practice today. Thank you for taking out time of your day to share in this virtual experience, creating this community that wouldn't exist without you here. This is a donation-based studio, so anything you might have to offer, you can go to yogatothepeople.com/donate. Always grateful for whatever you're able to give, but know that it's never a requisite to practice to have the means to give. You know, the beauty of this time is that this forum exists for us to connect through many miles. It's so nice. I have a friend, Brian, here. She's in Houston. We haven't seen each other in months. And to be able to sort of just see each other, hear each other's voices through this platform is such a beautiful gift. And I think that's really something that this time is making me particularly grateful for, is community, of having a space to come and to be with like-minded individuals. And if that's something that you really enjoy about this practice, I'll encourage you to get even more invested in this community if you're interested through our teacher training program. We're doing our next session online, so if it's been sort of an issue of time or space, maybe this is the time for you to check it out. Here and now, I'll invite you into your savasana. So if you haven't made your way there, let your legs spill out long onto the floor. Let your toes spill open and soften your inner thighs. Let your arms reach long by your sides, palms face up, or if it's more comforting to you, bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Do your very best to close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, drop into the floor. Connect with your breath. And let every exhale be the space to drop a little deeper beneath the surface of your skin, the surface of your muscle, into the space of your organ, deeper and deeper and deeper into the vast internal ocean of yourself. Thank you, Karina. And as always, we'll end class with a quote and a breath. It doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for, and if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing. It doesn't interest me how old you are. I want to know if you will risk looking like a fool for love, for your dreams, for the adventure of being alive. It doesn't interest me who you are and how you came to be here. I want to know if you will stand in the center of the fire with me and not shrink back. It doesn't interest me where or what or with whom you have studied. I want to know what sustains you from the inside when all else falls away. I want to know if you can be alone with yourself, and if you truly like the company you keep in the empty moments. Once more, please exhale out all of your air. Empty, empty, empty your lungs. Inhale deeper, fuller, wider than you thought you could. Exhale.